Good morning, everyone. Students, if you can hear me and see my screen properly, please raise your hand. Thank you, Hashim Naji, Hamza Abdullah, Abdurrahman Nawaf, Abdullah Ali, Salim Ahmed, Abdullah Yusuf. Thank you all my students for your kindness. And now, kindly put your hand down so that we can start our lesson. Let's cut to the chase and start our lesson today. Today, inshallah, students, we are going to have extensive reading. Our lesson today is reading. The title of our reading today is King Midas and the Golden Touch. Now, students, let's go over the objectives of our lesson today. Today, we will have two objectives. Objective number one is to identify new words or vocabularies related to a text. We are going to read a text, and before we read the text, we will identify the new words related to that text. And the objective number two is to extract or get specific information from a text. Now, students, get ready. I need your help. Before we start reading, look at these pictures. Here you can see 4 pictures, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Try to guess what the meaning of each one. Look at these 4 pictures and guess what the meaning of each one is. Write in the chat box. Write what? Write the meaning of each picture, and you can use Arabic. Write in English if you know the meaning of each picture in English, and if you don't know the meaning of each one in English, you can write in Arabic. Don't worry if you use Arabic to describe these pictures. You have got 1 minute. Time. So, students, I can see here some of you already anticipated their answers. Muhammad Jabir says coins. This is picture number 4. Bravo, Muhammad. Salim says structure. Okay, but this is not a structure. Actually, this I want another one, another meaning for this. Hashim Najis says Athar. Okay, Hashim, good. Anas, this is a museum. No, this is not a museum. Mahmoud says Athar. Okay. Salim says for number 4 coins. Okay. عملة قصر أبو الهول. This is not Abu al-Hol, this is another statue. Anyway, bravo حمزة. Pharaoh, this is number 1. Bravo فراس. عملة قصر أبو الهول, this is Hamza Abdullah answer. Bravo. Salim, statue. Bravo Salim. This is number 3. Good Salim. Okay, so antiques and Pharaoh. Okay, Abdullah, Anas, bravo students. So now students, before we start reading, let's have a look about these 4 pictures. What is the meaning of each one? Look here. Ancient. Ancient. What is the meaning of ancient? Students, the meaning of ancient is a period in the history that is thousands of years ago. What about number 2? Look here, this is a palace. Palace. What is the meaning of palace? It's the home for a king, a home for a king or a queen. Number 3, statue. Statue. Statue is a figure for or of a person or animal made from stone or metal. Again, statue means a figure of a person or animal made from stone or a metal. Number 4, these are coins. Coin is a small piece of metal used as money, but not paper money. There is a difference between the paper money and the coins. Coins are made of metal, but paper money is made of paper. So students, now you learn the meanings of ancient, palace, statue, and coins. Now let's ready. Now we have got an exercise. This is a practice on these 4 words or these 4 vocabularies that you have just learned about. The words again are ancient, palace, statue, and coins. Now, students, I will lower all hands and ask you to raise your hand if you would like to participate answering this question. All students, get ready. Raise your hands. Hashim Naji. Hashim, what do you think is the meaning of the word ancient? Is it a home for a king or a queen, or a figure of a person, animal made from stone or metal, or a period in the history that is thousands of years ago, or a small piece of metal used as money? What do you think is the meaning of ancient?
A period in the history
A period?
thousands of years ago.
Yeah, it's a period or a time in the history that is thousands of years ago. Bravo, Hashim Naji. Now it's a time for Khalid Nawaf. Are you there, Khalid?
Yes, teacher.
Khalid, good morning.
Good morning, teacher.
Khalid, what do you think is the meaning of the word palace? Is it a home for a king or a queen, or it's a figure of a person, animal made from stone or metal, or a small piece of metal used as money?
A home for a king or a queen.
Bravo, Khalid. Good. Now let's go to Salim Ahmed. Salim, what do you think is the meaning of the word statue? Is it a figure of a person, animal made from stone or metal, or a small piece of metal used as money?
Two.
Number two, yeah, bravo. Statue means a figure of a person, animal made from stone or animal. Salim, what is the meaning of statue in Arabic?
تمثال.
Bravo, Salim. The meaning of the word statue in Arabic is timthal. Good, Salim. Let's go to Adam Muhammad.
Yes, sir.
Adam, what is the meaning of the word coins? Here we are talking about only one coin.
A small piece of metal used as money.
Bravo, a small piece of metal used as money. So, Adam, what is the difference between paper money and coins? In Arabic, you can help us know the difference between coins and paper money in Arabic.
عملة معناها
Bravo.
العملة
Good.
فيها شيء.
Yeah, like rubiya and fils, right?
Yes, sir.
Good. And what about the paper money? What is the meaning of paper money?
It's made of paper and it's 500 fils or more. Till
Not 100. Yeah, like dinar, like Bahraini dinar, right?
yes.
Bravo, good. So students, now
Yes,
let's go to reading. It's reading time. Students, I need your opinion, but you have to think carefully. Think carefully before you answer. Write in the chat box. Answer this question. Write your opinion about this man's wish. We have got a man, and this man has got a wish. His wish is, I wish that everything I touch becomes gold. The man has got a wish. His wish is, I wish that everything I touch becomes gold. What do you think about this wish? Write in the chat box. Is it good? Is it bad? Would you like to touch everything and becomes gold? Write your opinion. You have got 1 minute. Abdurrahman Muhammad, Ahmed Muhammad, Gheith, Muhammad Ali Eid, Hashim, Gheith, Adam, Isa Abdul Jalil said, all of you said that bad idea. This is a bad idea. It's not good. So, and Salim says, I wish that, yes.
It is bad because it will be a curse.
it will be a curse. برافو، هتكون لعنة. برافو أحمد. Why? So Ahmed, what do you think it will be a curse for him?
Because everything you touch, everything will be gold. Maybe if you will shake hands with somebody, he will turn into gold. Anything.
So let's check Salim's answer. Salim says, I wish that everything I touch turns to gold. Yeah, this is your opinion, but let's check your answer again and your opinion again after you listen to the coming story. Firas says it's bad because if he touched a person, if you touch any person by mistake, he or she will turn into a piece of gold. Bravo. Ahmed says, no, it's a bad idea and it will be a curse. Salim says, again, Salim modifies his answer and says bad. So students, now let's listen to a story together. After the story, you will make sure that it's a curse. It's not a good idea. Now we have got a king. His name is Midas. We are going to listen to a story about this king wish. So all students get ready. Pay your full attention. Listen carefully to the story and get ready to answer the questions that will follow.
Listening 114. Listen and read.
King Midas and the Golden Touch. Long ago, in ancient Greece, there was a king named Midas. He lived in an enormous palace with his wife and his daughter. King Midas was very, very rich. He had more gold than any other king in the world. His palace was full of gold statues, gold jewelry, and gold coins. But Midas was greedy, and he always wanted more. One day, the king was walking in the garden of his palace with his daughter. She was picking yellow flowers for her room. "Those yellow flowers are very beautiful," King Midas said. "But gold flowers are more beautiful." The king's daughter ran back into the palace with her flowers, and the king walked alone. Then Midas made a wish. He wished that everything he touched became gold. Soon he touched a flower. It became gold. He touched a tree, and it became gold. He touched a plant, and it too was gold. "My wish has come true," he shouted.
Now the king is happy because when he touch everything becomes gold. But listen to what will happen later.
The king touched many things in his garden and in his palace. He touched pictures and vases and plates, and they all became gold. Soon Midas was hungry and thirsty. But when he put some bread in his mouth, it turned to gold. And when he put some water to his lips, it also turned to gold.
Now the king can't eat or drink because when he touches everything of food or drink turns into gold.
The king sat in his garden. "I have all the gold in the world," he thought. "But I cannot eat, and I cannot drink. What shall I do?" At last, the king's daughter saw her father in the garden. She ran to him because he looked so sad. She touched his hand, and suddenly she became gold too.
Even his daughter, when she touches him, she turns into gold. The daughter touched her father, and she turned into gold.
King Midas made another wish. He wished that he could have his daughter back, and he wished to not have any more gold. Suddenly, all the gold was gone, and his daughter was playing happily in the garden. King Midas had learnt his lesson, and he never asked for more gold again.
Now, students, listen carefully again to me. I'm going to read the story one more time. King Midas and the Golden Touch. Long ago in ancient Greece, اليونان القديمة, long ago in ancient Greece, there was a king named Midas. He lived in an enormous palace with his wife and his daughter. King Midas was very, very rich. He had more gold than any other king in the world. His palace was full of gold statues, gold jewelry, and gold coins. But Midas was greedy, طماع, and he always wanted more. One day, the king was walking in the garden of his palace with his daughter. She was picking yellow flowers for her room. Those yellow flowers are very beautiful, King Midas said, but gold flowers are more beautiful. The king's daughter ran back into the palace with her flowers, and the king walked alone. Then Midas made a wish. He wished that everything he touched become gold. Soon he touched a flower. It became gold. He touched a tree, and it became gold. He touched a plant, and it too was gold. My wish has come true, he shouted. The king touched many things in his garden and in his palace. He touched pictures and vases and plates, and they all became gold. Soon Midas was hungry and thirsty, but when he put some bread in his mouth, it turned to gold. And when he put some water to his lips, it also turned to gold. The king said in his garden, I have all the gold in the world, he thought, but I cannot eat and I cannot drink. What shall I do? At last, the king's daughter saw her father in the garden. She ran to him because he looked so sad. She touched his hand, and suddenly she became gold too. King Midas made another wish. He wished that he could have his daughter back, and he wished to not have any other or any more gold. Suddenly, all the gold was gone, and his daughter was playing happily in the garden. King Midas had learned his lesson, and he never asked for more gold again. Now, students, get ready. We are going to have some questions about this text. Let's start with, now students, I will choose and pick one of you to help me find the correct answer for number 1. Let's go to Muhammad Ali Eid. So, Muhammad Ali Eid, what do you think is the correct answer? The name of the king is it King Alexander, or King Midas, or King Solon?
King Midas.
King Midas, bravo, Muhammad Ali, good. Let's go to Ghaith.
No.
Hi, Ghaith. Ghaith, what do you think is the correct answer for number 2? The king and his family lived in. Where did they live? They lived in the castle, or a palace or a beautiful garden?
They live in a palace.
Palace, bravo, good, great. This is the correct answer. Now let's go to Anas Muhammad.
Yes, teacher.
Anas, you think is the correct answer for number 3. The king had what? More than any other king in the world. Had beautiful gardens, gold, or children.
The king had gold.
Gold, yeah, this is absolutely correct.
Any other king in the world.
Bravo, good Anas, good reading. Let's go to Hashim Naji and the rest of the class. Please raise your hand if you would like to participate answering the question. Hashim Naji, let's do number 4.
Yes.
The king's daughter was picking what for her room? Picking flowers, picking plants, or picking wild flowers?
Flowers.
Flowers, bravo, this is the correct answer. Bravo, Hashim. Let's go to Salim. Salim, now you have to choose or to write true, false for these sentences. Let's start with number 1. Long ago in Athens. Athens. Look here, long ago in Athens, there was a king named Midas. Is it true or false? Go back to the reading passage and let's read the first line. Listen carefully again, students, while I am reading the first line of the story. Long ago in ancient Greece, اليونان القديمة. Long ago in ancient Greece, there was a king named Midas. So, what do you think is the correct answer again, Salim? Is it true or false? Here the question is, long ago in Athens, there was a king named Midas. Okay, students, listen to read. Read says the answer is false, and this is the correct answer. Why? Because here in the question, you can read long ago in Athens, and the correct answer is long ago in ancient Greece, not Athens. Okay? Okay, now let's go to number 2. Number 2 will go to Muhammad Jabir. Muhammad Jabir.
Good evening, teacher.
Morning, Muhammad. Number 2, Muhammad. King Midas made 3 wishes overall.
True.
True, yeah, this is the correct answer. Bravo, Muhammad. Now let's go to Abdullah Muhammad.
Yes, teacher.
Abdullah, this is number 3. Right, true or false? The king touched everything in his garden and turned it into gold.
True.
Yeah, bravo, Abdullah. This is the correct answer. True. The answer is true. Now let's go to Firas Yusuf.
Yes, teacher.
Firas, let's do the last one. Choose true or false. The king didn't learn his lesson.
False.
False, because he learned the lesson. He touched everything and he turned it into gold. He was happy at the beginning, but when he touched food and he couldn't eat, when he touched or his daughter touched him and he turned it into gold, he was sad and he learned his lesson. Bravo, bravo, Firas. Students, now I have got another 2 questions. All students get ready. You can write in the chat box. Answer the following questions. Number 1. Why was King Midas greedy? Why was King Midas greedy? And number 2, why was his wish a bad idea? Let's start with question number 1. You can write in the chat box. Why was King Midas greedy? So Ahmed, here you can read the answer.
Because he has a lot of money and jewelries and gold, and he wanted more. So he was greedy.
Yeah, he wanted more. Yeah, he wished to touch everything and it turns into gold despite he has got a lot of money, a lot of jewelry, and he has got a palace and a family. Bravo, Ahmed, good. So the palace of King Midas was full of gold statues, gold jewelry, and gold coins, but he always wanted more. Bravo. So let's go to number 2. Why was his wish a bad idea? Students who would like to...
Me Hamza Abdullah.
Hamza, I have got a question here. Why was his wish a bad idea? You listened to a story about the king Midas. He had a wish to turn everything and it becomes gold. So why was his wish a bad idea?
To get gold.
Yeah, he wished to touch anything to get gold. So this is a bad idea. Why was his wish a bad idea? This is the question. Do you remember when he touched food, he touched water, he touched his daughter? What happened?
No eat.
Yeah.
No water.
No family, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So he couldn't eat, he couldn't drink, and even his family members turned it into gold. Hamza, can you help us to read the answer? This is a model answer for number 2. Can you read aloud the answer for number 2?
Yeah. His wish was a bad idea. Because he wished to turn everything he touched
become. No problem.
To become gold.
Yeah.
Teacher?
Yeah. And the king couldn't eat or drink because food and the water would turn gold when he touched his lips or hands. Even his daughter became gold when she touched his hands. Thank you, Hamza. Good. So, students, after we have finished reading the story, we learned that money is not everything in our life. Money is important in the life, but not everything. We have got relations with your family members, with your friends, with your society. Don't depend on wishes. You have to depend on your work. Work in life to get money, to get jewelry, to get family, but don't depend on wishes.
إن أعجبك الفيديو لا تنسى الإعجاب والاشتراك في القناة.